Hello and welcome back to the Ned's Declassified podcast. I'm Jacob, and as always, my boy Kirk is here.
Yes, what up? What up, Ned Heads? Thanks for joining us again. It's always fun to go back in time, as it were, and re-experience these Ned's episodes.
Yeah, this is another one that I feel like I remember watching a lot.
Yes. Yes, I
remember
both
all of it.
Yep, all of both
it was
parts.
solid though. We got to see some external shots, some areas outside of the school in the first half.
There was some new locations. It was good. The bus stop, the idea of waiting at the. Yeah. You've very limited experience with bus stops, if I'm not.
I rode the bus in elementary school and then again in college. So not during, the formative middle or high school years.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely go on the bus for high school before Ked drove for a little while. Ked was driving me to school. That was good.
That was a good time. You guys would listen to,
disco and stuff.
Some, old, funk or whatever in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good times.
Hell yeah. Good way to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, whatever the fuck time it was.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, it was crazy early. So early. Yeah, 5:45 is when you'd wake up, and then you got to be there at 7:05. Bell ring.
Yeah.
It's fucked up what they make the children do. But
it is fucked up. Got out nice and early, though. But, so this episode starts, it's talking about the bus, which they briefly mentioned before.
Yeah, the bus has come up.
This is strictly about the bus.
I mean, to be fair to the show, how is the bus not going to come up? The bus is a pretty big part of school life for most people.
Yeah, before this, it's mostly been end of day bus, not beginning of day bus.
That is true. This is
which this focuses heavily on.
That is a good point. The end of day bus is a different vibe than the beginning of day bus, inherently.
Yeah. Because they touch on a couple of key points in the beginning of the episode, when you're on the bus in the morning, it's a good time to get certain assignments done, catch up on some Z's.
They kind of endorse procrastination there a little bit.
They do, but I mean, all kids procrastinate like crazy. I did homework in the morning. Yeah, it was usually in the first in first period. If it was an easy class, you could get away from doing some homework in it.
Yeah, exactly. Or you copy off someone else.
Yeah, you find some sort
of
person.
It's always Carlos.
That's fine with it.
No matter what subject.
That was only for Spanish.
And English.
But it looked like some sort of rich neighborhood they were waiting in.
Yeah, they live in a
prominent Republican area.
Big old houses. Everybody lives in the same couple of blocks, though.
Yeah, they were all in the same development because it looked like it was some sort of gated community. Yeah.
One of the things that we kind of didn't, world building wise, we're not sure what happened to the huge crew. They're shown in the beginning, in the intro song thing.
Haven't seen them.
God only knows what happened to them
since last season.
They probably went to juvie.
Haven't seen them. Well, probably. I mean, I assume that they were just in 8th grade last season, and then they graduated,
Yeah, and I think they
seemed older.
That might have been their second go-around of 8th grade.
I think it was their 3rd or 4th go-around of 8th grade, honestly.
And then they cut the cycle. They're like, you're not allowed to do it again.
Yeah, they're honestly,
you're too old.
We don't want to pass you, but you have to leave.
We can't have you around these little children anymore. Now that you're grown.
You're pining after a kid 5 years younger than you.
It's true. She might have got arrested for... statutory rape, something like that against Ned.
For poor old Ned.
We saw Ned get ravaged, but that's beside the point.
Who was it that loved it? Corley, or was it Coconut? No, it was Coconut Head, right?
Coconut Head
Coconut
had it happen.
He loved it.
Yeah. Him and Ned are Eskimo brothers now, or whatever.
Yeah. So they say that you're not allowed to tell somebody that you love them too soon because
that's what
Ned,
Mose advises.
He fucks up. He writes Susie a nice little love note.
Pours his heart out.
He actually writes, "I love you."
The word flies out of his mouth, and he's like, "No!" He can't get it back though. He slid that shit under the fucking locker door.
Yeah, it's gone. We get no conclusion to this, by the way. It's like a jump
We
ahead
thought it was
going to
come back again. We thought it was going to be one of those, this episode ends, next episode begins exactly as this episode ends. No.
Nope. So I don't know what the fuck happened with that. I'm honestly kind of pissed about that.
That is, it's like, I don't know whether to take points against the episode for it or not, but whatever.
I think I have to.
We don't know whether Susie ever saw the note, basically.
That's true, but like,
we assume she did.
You can't leave it that open. I don't think you can leave it that open. Not with no. It ended so abruptly too. It just like, it was like, oh well.
Yeah, because I mean, long story short, Ned's arc of the episode, he put that note under her locker. His goal is to get that shit back before she reads it and sees that he poured.
He needs to get back to school before she does. So he is constantly screaming at Mr. Quest, "You gotta drive!"
It's a race against
the
clock.
Fucking Speed.
Yeah, it's like Speed.
It's like the movie Speed.
Because he's on a bus, and it's the bus driver.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason.
Yeah. I wonder what year did the movie Speed come out? Because this air date was November 25th.
I don't know, like 90,
06.
99, I want to guess.
Many years before, for sure. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Probably.
It's a pretty young Keanu in that movie.
I haven't seen that movie.
I haven't either. It's Sandra Bullock too, right?
I don't know.
It's them two, I think.
I actually can't
Correct
say.
me if I'm wrong, guys, out in the nation.
But yeah, Mr. Quest is Ned's routes. Whatever. I don't know if we get what number route he's on, but whatever bus route Ned and
I don't think we do, but I think we get it confirmed in these two episodes combined that Mr. Quest is driving the bus as a side gig. I think he's still able to teach.
Basically,
He's like, I get there when I get there.
Mr. Quest pulls up in the bus. He fucking falls out. He's like, he's decrepit. He's broken. He's clearly either withdrawing from something, I believe, but he's also sad because his girlfriend has dumped him. Probably because he's a mess.
His make-believe girlfriend, by the way.
It may or may not be a true. He might be a stalker person that believes he's in a relationship with this person that he's not.
It's a dark and disturbing and twisted tale, honestly.
He's not well, and
he has two photos glued together as if they're together.
Well, yeah, he goes, "This is my girlfriend. Here, this is what she looks like," and yeah, it's just.
And that's not something you want to see a grown man pull out.
It's a mess.
You know,
it's a bloody mess.
That is a disturbing thing. So Mr. Quest has some, he's got something going on.
And then the kids have to warp his mind and to be like, "Listen, women love people that get kids to school on time. You gotta get us to school on time." They game his weak psychology because Ned is a mastermind,
and he takes that on.
Ned is like, he can be villainous.
Ned is like L. Ron Hubbard of middle school.
Yeah, he really is.
In a way,
he's creating a religion. He doesn't know it yet.
He games people. He does. He's got the book already written out.
Yeah. Yeah, you write the books first, and then the spiritual stuff comes after.
Comes later, exactly.
Once you have followers.
We also find out that he's driving the bus not only as a side gig, but to earn money to buy a car.
He's like,
I think also he says to impress his lady.
Well, because he was going to drive around with his girlfriend, but then obviously his girlfriend's like, "You don't even have a car. You can't hold down one job. They don't pay you enough to be the IT guy at the school or whatever." And it's like, he probably
no shot. He's the IT guy. He is the computer lab teacher, but I don't think he's the IT guy because, like,
no, I think he used to be, in some capacity.
I think he's been demoted multiple times.
Yeah, I think he really. On his original interview, he must have really maybe he was on like a lot of performance enhancing
PCP
substances, Adderall, meth.
He's on meth and Krubs is interviewing him. He's like, okay.
He's like, "I can fix the wire. I can frame the mainframe and fire the firewire."
Yeah. Is that an exact quote?
I think that's what he says.
First episode we saw him because it was some sort of dumbass shit like that. It was stuff that made no sense.
Yeah, he's bugging, and then he runs. Maybe his dealer got popped, and then he runs out of supply. He slumps.
Rip.
But anyway, the kids get him.
They get him to get back in the driver's seat.
They get him to have a goal in mind.
To start moving.
He's got a mission.
They get a goal. And we learn about a couple different maneuvers too on the bus because Moses' quest on the bus is to be able to sit next to Feynman. Okay, so when Feynman gets on the bus, he is immediately manhandled by Corley and is not able to sit next to her.
Well, Corley is a cock blocker.
He is.
I think he's cock blocked before.
Oh, that's his classic thing. They're like, because the writers are always like, listen, we need somebody to be a talkaholic and to basically kidnap people for small periods of time.
Yeah.
It's always Corley.
Yeah, you get locked into a conversation with him. He drags you in.
So he's stuck there. But they're coming up with these different things. So one of them is the shift, in quotes. It's where you throw your backpack on the floor.
No, first the backpack's
saving
on the
a
seat.
seat. Yeah, it's you throw it on the floor when they get on and shift over.
When your buddy enters the bus. So you're holding the bus, you're sitting. It's like in Seinfeld when they put the coats on the seat right at the movie theater. Wasn't that a thing? Or some shit?
Yes, it was a thing.
Yeah, and then you move that. It's a seat holder. It's a placeholder.
Or was that? No, that was It's Always Sunny, right?
Some show it happened.
Was that not It's Always Sunny during Thunder Gun?
My brain's no good. No, I think you're right. They did it. You're right.
I don't think it was Seinfeld, at least.
It sounds like it could be.
But it's happened. It's a thing that's happened before. It might be Thunder Gun. It could be Seinfeld.
Maybe both.
But yeah, so that
could
doesn't work because he gets. It doesn't work because he gets kidnapped by Corley.
Yeah. Yeah. Corley's like, damn, you're a handsome man. I'd fuck you if I was gay.
Yeah, he says a lot of things. Well. Corley also looks a lot older.
Well, they all do. They all are each. I mean, next episode.
Has it just been a minute? Has it just been like a minute since we've seen him?
It's been a really long time since him or
because like he look like a little bit kind of maybe more jacked? Question mark. Is he starting to get?
I mean, like he's so small,
ripped.
You know, he'd be remiss not to do something.
Exactly. You could throw the muscle on like it's no one's business.
That's what they say. It's not
that
true.
Is what they say.
It's not
I
true.
haven't put it to work. I have. You still have to put in an astonishing amount of work.
Yeah. Cookie's not at Ned's and Moses' bus stop though. Cookie's on his own bus stop with Tyke and a couple other fucking strange kids that we've never seen before.
Yeah, Tyke is there. Tyke he's got a line too. He's got another line. So the bus flies. I think that the casting people found Mr. Quest is on a mission.
Mr. Quest is booking. He blasts past Cookie's bus stop.
Yeah. And Cookie says, "I missed the bus," and then he's like, "No, the bus missed me." But he takes off anyway. He does some sort of calculation. He's like, and he's like, finds a route or whatever.
If I book it on feet right now, I'll be able to get there in time for the bell to ring.
But at first, he's only trying to get to the next bus stop.
At first.
Remember? He runs to another bus stop. Yeah. And that doesn't work either.
Mr. Quest moves the goalpost for him.
Yeah, so he goes to the next bus stop, but then Ned goes up and closes the door anyway at the bus stop. He lets in like 2 people, and then Cookie gets fucked again.
Yeah, Ned's like, we gotta go.
And that's very much like what we've talked about in the past, where like people are banging on the door trying to get in, like in college.
That shit happens. Yeah. If you don't catch the bus on time, you're stranded. And
you're done for, and then you have to wait another like 20 minutes.
Well, in this life, Cookie doesn't even have there's not another bus coming. Like on a school bus route.
It is insane, isn't it? In a school bus route, there's one.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you find out when your bus comes? Do they send it out ahead of time? Like your bus is going to be here at like 8:15.
You think that the kids these days have like an app like we had in like the college like bus? Like there was.
Is there an well? Do you remember? How did you know in high school? How did you know the bus was going to be there at a certain time?
You just have to fucking be there early and just hope to God it gets there.
And find out.
Yeah. It's really. I don't. That's a good question. I don't know what time the bus is like scheduled to be there. How they
I want to know how that works. They have to let you know some way.
Yeah, they have to.
Because what if you're like the first in a route? What if you're the first in a route? So you get picked up at like fucking.
You're standing there
way early.
You're standing there with these kids that clearly live near you, but you've never seen them before in your entire fucking life. Yeah,
you've never met them in your life.
No. You never talked to them, really.
Everyone's got headphones in. They're not paying attention.
It's true. It was like that even back then. We like to think it wasn't.
Yeah, dude. No, everybody did. Because even then, even before people had music on their phones, they had it on their iPods. Before that, they had a Walkman. It's like fuck.
Yeah. One of the tips that Ned gives is look before you sleep. if you're a sleepy bastard and want to sleep on the bus, don't sleep next to fucking Loomer. They'll prank you.
I think that no one is going to bother you if you're sleeping on the bus. And
a bully
that
would.
is, I think is no.
You don't think a bully would?
No shot. I just feel like who are these bullies that exist in real life where they're like gonna do any bizarre shit to you while you're sleeping on the bus? Like they're gonna be tired as fuck too. Everyone just woke up. This takes place at 7:15 a.m.
Did they timestamp the time at any
Yeah,
point?
because we see when they're at the garage sale, when they finish the garage sale, it's 7:15.
Yeah.
So I assume they have to be at school at like maybe the bell rings at like 7:30 or something.
Getting us to that point, Cookie, he gets the shutout again. He's like, fuck. Then, like a miracle,
He says it too.
coming at him like a freight train, Professor X on a tandem double bicycle. She's the only one on it, though.
Riding by herself, exactly, yeah.
She fucking nails
She
Cookie.
has a backup helmet, though.
Of course. She's prepared. She nails a dummy Cook. The legs on
His
the dummy
knees buckle.
completely go the wrong way.
That's a good shot.
And then she's like, I can help you.
Yeah, she says that she bought the bike, though.
For a
because
handsome
she
cleaning
wanted to
man.
ride it. Yeah, she wanted to ride it with Gordy, which is a shame.
Well, Gordy's
He says he
allergic to
doesn't- he's
exercise.
allergic- yeah, bikes and her.
Yeah, he's allergic to her. Maybe that's... I think she's... Well, by the end of the episode, she pretty much gets over the rejection of Gordy. Because...
Oh, by the way, no Gordy in either of these halves.
They didn't...
Which is...
Well, because they're not
I
at
think-
school for most of it. Well, the last half they were.
They are in the next half. I think it's a
The next half,
detriment
rather, yeah.
to the show. Whether he's a bastard or not, it's a detriment to the show to not have him in the episode.
He should be at least in one half of...
I think it's...
He's a big part of the show.
It feels to me like the Kramer incident. Like when Michael Richards was pissed when he wasn't in the Chinese restaurant episode of Seinfeld. I feel like Gordy should have made some demands. He should have made demands to where he was not excluded from episodes in the future.
I didn't know that was a thing, but...
Yeah, because that's the only episode Kramer's not in. After that, he was like pissed, and they put him in every episode after that.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, Gordy's not, Gordy doesn't have Michael Richards' pull. Michael Richards pre-2000 pull?
Yeah, Michael Richards.
Michael Richards has no pull now,
The first
obviously.
season was what, 1989?
Michael Richards has no pull on anybody right now.
No, I think he's still friends with Jerry though, isn't he?
No shot. Jerry's cut fucking ties with him. At least.
No, because he was on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
He was?
And they talked. They were talking for a bit.
I'll have to check that out. That's funny. No, I don't know. Some of the other moves, did we do the roadblock where Ned's like, you got to do the bump. If the bus hits a bump, that's when you shift across the aisle into the next seat. Whoomp. Because sometimes bus drivers are like, nobody's shifting around back there.
Is that what they call it? Because the other thing is called the shift. What the hell do they call that
The
one?
bump, I think, or some shit like that.
Okay, the
I think
bump
is what he says. But yeah,
and it does, because when you're in a bus, that bitch sometimes can really get some hops.
It's true.
Especially if you're in the back. If
nobody's
you're in the back of the bus.
Well, nobody's got a seatbelt on.
No.
What are we talking?
They
about?
did have buses that had seatbelts on them. I remember
They all
as a
had
kid, but
seatbelts. They
nobody
had
wore
lap
them.
belts.
Nobody
They all
wore
had
them.
lap belts. You just no.
No, they don't. Did they all have lap belts?
I think that's standard. I think they have to have them.
You're telling me if you got a fucking Astro Skate rickety ass bus back to go on a field trip,
I'm talking
and
about a
like
school bus.
Okay. That's fair enough.
But yeah, Cookie and Professor X, they get on the tandem bike. They're going. They see a garage sale. Fucking diverted. I guess they both have like super garage sale ADD or something. I don't know.
I mean, everybody loves a good garage sale if it's good. We were trying to find garage sales today, couldn't find any.
Yeah, it's hard. They're hard. People don't do them anymore. It seems. I don't know.
No, no. You know what the thing was? We knew we were gonna do this today, so like there was a neighborhood garage sale. Like it was like supposed to be for this development that's really close to where I live, and I think everybody just packed everything away because it rained for like a half hour.
Yeah.
So they packed it all away. So when we went over there was nothing.
Yeah, you get screwed when the rain comes.
It was really too bad. It was a shame.
Yeah, that's a shame. Maybe they'll come out tomorrow.
Maybe. I gotta work tomorrow though. So.
Tomorrow morning though, they'll be out in the morning.
That's true. Might make it over there.
Who knows?
So at one point, Ned tries to give Mr. Quest a sandwich to try to get his energy reserves back up because he's clearly crashing at this point.
Well, he goes back.
The drugs are wearing off. He's crashing. He hasn't eaten in at least 3 days.
Well, the sadness emerges back about the girlfriend. He's like, damn it. That bitch.
Damn.
That fucking bitch left me. He may never have been with her.
It's really hard to see.
He may never have been with her.
He never was. He never was. This was a person he saw in a magazine and liked, and then he just cut it out.
He's like a character, in a movie. He's like a serial killer. He's like the guy that's.
He exactly is. He's disturbed. Everyone knows this.
Did you see Insomnia?
The
one where they're in Alaska?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't. That was the one that sat on my desk, I think, for like 4 years.
It's a very whatever movie. Yeah, he's like Robin Williams in Insomnia. He's just like a crazy guy. But yeah, Coconut Head. Did we talk about him building a pyramid throughout the episode out of wood?
We haven't. He's building it out of balsa wood.
It appears to be balsa wood. I don't know what else could it be.
And I don't know why it's cut into all these individual pieces instead of just.
He's making it a psychotic way.
Triangle.
That's a good point. Well, because they have to be.
He's making
bricks. It has to look like. But
yeah, but why didn't he just draw them on with Sharpie?
No point. He did it a stupid way.
And it keeps getting destroyed throughout the episode. He's gotten
the bus is
all
going
over
all over the
himself.
place. He'll fucking face plant into it and it blasts all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some really good coconut in these episodes.
Well, anytime the bus is shaking and everybody's moving around in the bus because Mr. Quest is going crazy, that's classic.
Yeah.
I don't think we see any other buses. We just see that bus.
It's just the one bus.
Yeah, that's featured.
And at that point, they pretty much make it on time. Everybody crashes into school.
And in true form, everybody is on the same route. Every single person in the show that matters, and also everybody that doesn't matter somehow, is on the same single bus route.
Yeah, which, I guess it makes sense in a way where, like, people a lot of the time are friends with people they live near.
True.
That's more of a thing, I guess, when you're younger than middle school. I think it starts to change, but, it still happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything's different, but... Yeah, the truck crushes the tandem bike. Professor X steals some road.
She loses her bike. That bike had to have been expensive.
Wasn't cheap.
A tandem? That's custom.
All bikes now. Apparently there's a bike shortage, like there's an everything shortage. So imagine a tandem bike, double as shortage.
How the fuck is there a bike shortage? Who's buying all these bikes?
New bikes? I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. Who's biking? Not you.
I'm getting my grandpa's bike here soon. I'm just waiting for it to come over here.
Nice.
It's gonna be good. I'm gonna start biking around. now Abby's got to get one.
Yeah, you gotta be careful out there on those roads. It's crazy out there.
You think so? You think we're gonna get fucking wrecked by some sort of person with a big ass truck and a Salt Life sticker?
It's better now where you live now versus where you used to live. Like,
Oh, when I lived off a major road,
yeah.
I was like, wait, where did I used to live?
Yeah. Mr. Quest is like, it's not too late for you to find Ned Love. He's talking to Ned. Ned and him have a couple throughout the episode, a couple very real moments.
Heart to hearts.
Yeah. And like, it's too late for Mr. Quest to find love, maybe, but maybe not.
I think it might be, but yeah,
there's a little silver. Lining.
Yeah, exactly, because Professor Xavier crashes into the bus as he's staring at the picture of his lost love. The picture falls down, her face revealed, splattered up against the thing, and he's like, at that point, he's like, fuck it. He's like, want to go out sometime? And she's like, can we pick out a wedding cake? Because there was a joke earlier, like, that's why they broke up.
Well, one of the reasons, like, one of the first red flags that this poor woman maybe had with Mr. Quest was Mr. Quest, picked out a wedding cake.
I bet you there was a lot of other dark and disturbing things that he did or said on the date.
Yeah, his apartment.
He's
imagine where he lives.
It's filled with trash. You know it is. Like you get in there and like he
Dark.
never throws away like his like takeout stuff. It's just sitting everywhere.
There's no electricity. Like
No
somehow.
electricity, damn.
No,
I
he's
imagine
he's a
him
gamer.
like,
He's got to have electricity.
Exactly. I imagine him like an old school like WoW player, like back in 2006 and shit. Like
None
when
of the
they
lights
were
are
like
on,
raiding. They were raiding for 14 hours at a time.
Yeah, in just the darkness.
Yeah, you would get supersized everything because it still existed back when you were allowed to. Back when America was America.
On the Mickey
and
D's
you could
menu?
get fucking supersized, dude. Yeah, dude.
Supersized Mickey D's.
They need to bring back supersizing. If I want a gigantic thing, I want to be able to get a gigantic thing. A full 2 liters worth of cola.
The cup was the size of 2 of your heads.
Yeah, but the bottom was thin, so you could fit it in the cup holder still. So it was thin.
It teared down like 6 different times. It was like 6 different tiers down to the. Yeah, no, that was a complex engineering process just to make the cup out of plastic.
Really, I feel like the best thing was the supersized fries, just because then you could get a big ass fry and you could like share it with someone. But it was cheaper to do that.
A supersized
than,
fry
like,
would
get
be
a couple
the best.
different.
Yeah, that's the only thing
know,
that makes sense to get supersized.
You could share it, which was nice.
Though you can still get a 50 count of nuggets, can you not?
Yeah, they've really brought back that kind of thing, but just didn't call it like a supersized.
They're like, this is for like 5 people or whatever.
Yeah, they're like, share it, but like, listen. Because you could get a 20 too, and I know there's people out there that could eat 20 nuggets at a time.
Yeah.
I know there are. I could do it if I really pressed myself.
Yeah, you'd feel a little bad though.
If it was the only thing I had, if I didn't have any fries or anything, I think I could do it. I'd be really full, but I think I could do it.
That's a lot of nuggets.
Yeah, easy.
They're good though.
20 might be a lot.
They got that nice coating. The complete. It's just a.
They taste great.
It's a complete coating around the entire 100% of the meat.
I think
product.
people talk shit a lot about McNuggets, but I think they're actually kind of slappers.
Oh.
I think they're actually really good.
Oh, people talk shit about McDonald's, but McNuggets are the best thing at McDonald's. I'll go on record.
McDonald's
saying
in general is actually really solid. People, I think
I wouldn't go that
Will
far.
would back us up right now. If he's on the podcast right now, Will's actually a big advocate of McDonald's. Shout out Show Me Something podcast.
That's
I
fair
think
enough.
McDonald's is really is actually pretty solid. Like I think they've actually stepped their shit up hard.
Damn.
I'll say that. Have you tried the new Wendy's fries? Because they're dog shit.
Wendy's fries have been dog shit for years now.
No, they were good before. Before this, the previous iteration was actually solid.
So now there's
and then these
3
ones
different Wendy's fries?
There has been 3 in our lifetime.
The first ones
There's
are the
been
best
3 in
ones.
our lifetime. The first ones were great. The second ones were really good. And then these third ones are like the new Burger King fries, which are dog shit.
Burger King's fries used to be on point as well.
They used to be great. The old Burger King fries they were great.
Bro,
they were like McDonald's fries.
I'm
basically,
just
but
like,
crispier.
I'll just get the frozen bag of fries from the store now, and it's better. You just
I know.
toss some shits in the air
I've got
fryer.
frozen zesty curlies in the freezer, dude.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Well, that's enough fry talk for all you fry heads out there. At the end of the day, when they get back, Ned got to the locker on time, to Susie's locker.
After Cook and Professor X commit Brocktonstun
Yeah,
theft.
exactly. Brocktonstun. She said she was going to bring back the skates later, though.
Yes, she said that.
Yeah, they rollerblade back to school. But he takes the wrong thing out of Susie's locker. This is what we were talking about before. He takes her math homework.
Yeah, so
Not the
Susie
note.
opens the locker. Ned sneaks around. He's like, "Hey, Susie," grabs the paper out. He's like,
Well, because he says, look, a giant lizard.
yeah, he distracts her with a silly. He says that, and then she's like, "What? What?"
She turns fully around for like a good
Where
3
is it? Yeah,
seconds.
she,
What the fuck?
she's like, "That wasn't cool, Ned. You scared me."
Ned, I was frightened.
I mean, but yeah. Ned is like, "All right, whatever. See ya," and then he just kind of leaves. And then,
Yeah.
then when he goes over to, I guess, Moe's and everybody, he looks at it. He's like, "Fuck, this is math homework."
Yeah.
He takes her math home, and
I
now
think
she's
the
going to get
first
a
problem-
now she's going to get a failing grade for that assignment. First of all,
I think the first problem on there was literally 7 divided by, or it was 7/100, like a fraction, and then it just said equals 7%. It was like really good. It was like excellent homework.
that's pretty clever. That's how that works, isn't it?
Yeah, it is how it works. But yeah, so that's the episode. We get no conclusion to her finding the note.
Yeah, we never see
I'm
that.
fucking pissed.
We never see it next half. We don't know if she sees it, if it's just in there crumpled up somewhere. Maybe she doesn't see it till the end of the school year. Who knows?
It could be lost in time. Okay, maybe because that possibility could have effects on my rating. Honestly, if we think that it could come up in a later episode. Do we think that?
That's love letter?
Because I need to know.
His
I need
lust
to know
letter?
if this is gonna cut. Now I gotta think. Kirk, you go first with your rating.
I think it's a strong 7.5.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to give more than that right now, though.
I think I'm a little bit lower. I think I'm a 7 out of 10. Okay, so the love letter could go either way. There's a lot hinging on my rating. Like if I believe, which I want to, that it's gonna come up again, then it could possibly even go higher. Could go to a 7.5. Could go to a 7.5 easy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to stand here firm at a 7. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
I don't blame
But
you.
I did like that there was a lot of external areas. I liked that this whole episode took place in like random neighborhoods and shit.
That was refreshing.
Yeah, it was. And also, like, there was seemingly, I don't know, they probably still use a lot of, studio lights, but there was, like, seemingly a lot of, like, natural backlights and stuff.
Did we talk about the bus getting a flat tire and then Mr. Quest changing the tire on a fucking goddamn bus? No way he'd be able to do that.
We didn't.
No way he'd be able to do that.
But he did do it. Everybody got off the bus.
Yeah, he's like, everybody off. Everybody off. We got an emergency.
He was like tossing the nuts around and shit, like losing them.
He
I bet you half of them were lost.
Spun the
He
thing
didn't
around,
find
whatever
them.
the ratchet thing.
He never jacked up the bus though. Like he changed it.
He would have had to
He would have had flush with the ground.
He would have had to jack up a goddamn yellow school bus, not a short bus, a full length big bus.
Yeah, I think
No
it might
shot.
have been extra long.
Yeah, no way, Jose.
Okay, so the next episode, bad hair day, completely change of topic, completely change of scenery, completely change of everything. They don't even talk about anything in the last episode.
It was borderline jarring of a transition.
Yeah, because it happened so quick. Still, it was like next episode.
He's like, sometimes your hair doesn't agree with what you want it to do.
Yeah, and they both look like. I mean, they both essentially look like they just woke up out of bed.
They've just got bed head a little bit. Yeah.
Like, run some water through it or something if you're not going to take a shower. Like, do something.
Yeah, splash your
Yeah,
face.
throw some water in your face. Wake up. Like, oh,
I don't know.
They don't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. He goes into like, there's different types of bad hair. You could have the comb over. It's like, most people would probably not.
Not in middle school.
Not the children. Like.
Although I remember one kid in high school had such thin hair.
Yeah.
I remember the thin hair boy. You remember? It was like almost white, his hair.
That might be alopecia happening. I don't know.
It might have been. It was super thin though.
But yeah, the comb over guy who is dressed in a 3-piece suit like a pimp with chains and rings.
Yeah, he has a lot of rings. He has a shocking amount of rings.
Yeah, he's got the hair that's a complete circle around his head.
It's honestly kind of badass, his look.
It's a good look. You said you could have damaged hair. That's how Mr. Quest's hair is, apparently. It's damaged. He's got split ends and dryness.
His hair looks fine.
He looks like a mess.
No, he just has long hair, and his hairline may be like a little bit further back.
He's not conditioned his hair once in his life.
Well, no, he doesn't condition it, but at least he doesn't have like that yellowish gray hair, You
know what's exciting?
That.
We see Chop Saw once again.
Chop Saw is back. I think he wasn't in the entirety of season 2. I think we can say that.
He was like probably trying. He was off in other parts of the world getting experimental hair procedures like plugs and things.
And all of it didn't work because he ended up spray painting his head brown.
Yeah, it was spray paint. Yeah, hair, spray hair. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah.
Is that?
I think that I think it is a thing for like bald spots. I think what they use it for, like on Ned at towards the later part of the episode, I think is a thing people do.
You fill it in.
Yeah, because I know, like, even a thing that we sell at work is like a thing that it's not a spray, but it's like a rub-in thing where like powder comes out and it fills in your hair.
There you go.
So these things exist. These things exist for sure.
Hell yeah. But yeah, he's back. Talking with the teachers. Ned's first tip is like, if you got a bad hair day, brothers out there, men, maybe throw a ball cap on.
Yeah, only guys can wear hats.
He doesn't.
Per Ned. This is a quote of Ned.
He's like, girls,
Not a quote of the Harbor Boys.
maybe try a scrunchie or a hair tie. Ladies,
Don't think about putting a hat on.
what do you want to look like, a frickin' lesbian?
Ned is very avidly against women wearing hats, which is it's a bold stance. It's an interesting stance.
It's implied, but it's pretty clear.
Implied but clear.
He also suggests, like, his scheme is that I'm gonna sneak over across the fucking street. I'm gonna escape the middle school, go to the high school across the street.
Yeah.
Free haircuts. The cosmetology class at the high school is given free haircuts.
Apparently this high school, like, next to / attached to the middle school, has a like magnet cosmetics program.
Yeah, he's gonna
fuck?
get his hair cut.
How random. What a random thing that they have there. It's not. I don't think it's normal. I think normal magnet things are like STEM stuff usually.
I think like he might be like in
textbook stuff.
He might be in like L.A. Maybe he's in like.
I don't think they are in L.A. It's a pocket county. You know it is.
And there's a cosmetology program at
it
this
could.
high school?
It could. I don't know, man. Maybe it's L.A.
They're not good either.
They need to tell us. They need to tell us.
They're damn shit. They fuck him up. They fuck his shit up.
They do, but I have a question. How come we find out the city of Drake and Josh, but we don't find out the city of fucking Ned's Declassified? Come on, Nickelodeon, have some fucking...
They don't ever even explicitly tell us what state it's in. We know that because of the flag.
We only know it because we pay attention. Yeah. Have some consistency, though, Nickelodeon. Damn.
It's true. I don't know. Cookie shows up. Do they address why he's all dressed in black like that? He's dressed like
he is dressed like
a burglar.
Yeah. No, they don't explicitly say it. I think he is like trying to just look older, so he's like going for cool. Like a jazzy type, like burglar man, you know.
Yeah, he's got a turtleneck on and shit. He's like, notice anything different about me? And he's like, you're a burglar that stole a mini muffin because he's eating a mini muffin.
It's so small, too. It's very small.
But somehow he gets a big fucking piece of it stuck on his face, like right here.
Yeah, it's horrible. And even when like Lisa wipes it off for him, it's still a little bit there.
Yeah, they must have
because of the part they glued on. They used some like makeup glue.
Yeah. He's like, I got a mustache now, though. That's his whole thing. It's not.
Yeah, there's like a single hair, maybe. They did an enhance, and then they pointed. They did a graphic of an arrow. I didn't see it still.
No.
But
no, he might be delusional, but everybody's like, okay, interesting.
Do you remember when you first started growing facial hair?
I mean, I had the chops, like, that was the first, right, thing. Remember that?
Yeah, that was what?
That was weird. That was ninth grade.
When
I had them heavy in ninth grade. I mean, I didn't shave until like 10th grade or something. Any of that stuff, I feel. Really.
Yeah, I was starting to grow a thin, like disgusting mustache in like 8th grade. And that's when I started shaving.
And
I'm pretty sure.
And I did have long hair then.
Because it was horrible.
It was long hair.
No one wanted to see that.
It was long hair and long, like, sideburns, really. Like, down
Yeah, they
to
were
like
reddish a little bit.
It was a crazy look.
It was kind of a sweet look.
Yeah.
You looked like you were like a 70s,
True.
musician, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was the look you were going for, though, honestly.
Without knowing it. It's just what happened.
Make me look like Zappa, Dad.
But yeah, Cook is like, I'm very excited about the mustache. Everybody's like, who cares? But Cookie thinks that Lisa's going to care, because he's silly.
Yeah. And Lisa does not notice, does not care.
To be fair, Lisa
does not want.
I mean, Lisa puts out signals to him. It's not like she doesn't want him and say like she says she says Cook has a nice smile.
Lisa still likes Cook.
Yes, and Cook is too
dumb. The
dumb.
only person getting in the way of this is Cook.
It's Cook. Yeah.
And that's every episode. Like, they should have been dating this entire time. People are pining after Lisa. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to happen.
He's never just...
Cookie has this locked up.
Fuck, he's never just asked her out, has he?
He doesn't have the balls or the mental capacity
what
to do
he
it.
Wants,
he doesn't think of it.
What he wants is for her to come to him and be like, "Oh my God, Cook, you're so amazing. I can't not say anything to you for any longer. I have to come on to you." It's like that doesn't happen all the time, Cook.
That's the old school Lisa, but Lisa found a self-esteem, you know? Like, when she had her makeover, she was finally like, I don't need to just, like...
She is more comfortable in her own skin.
Suck up to this dude that doesn't give a fuck
Though
about
she was
me,
going on dates with just whoever for a long time there.
Yeah. Well, I think she still just goes out with everyone.
She's like, I'll go out. She just leads him on. She's like a complete tease now to these poor fucks.
Yeah, to all these fucking
all these horny
band
children
nerds and like all these random dudes that are just asking her out. It's always the same group of people over and over again.
Yeah. They are tormented, I'm sure.
Honestly, kind of fucked up situation that's happening.
Yeah. But there's like Ned is like, I'm going to break out of the school. How am I going to do this? He does like a school. I mean, it's pretty sweet. He takes a Nerf gun. Krubs. We see Krubs has set up all of these like obstacles. There's lasers.
Yeah,
there's
an
cameras.
Intense security system.
Yeah, a lot of cameras. And so
lasers.
To escape the school, Ned shoots out with a Nerf gun. He puts a little fucking Nerf dart on that camera.
I will gotta say, you gotta have really good luck and really good aim to be able to hit a Nerf gun point blank like that.
Turns out he's
like
a crack shot.
Turns
out he's a crack shot.
Because Nerf guns go all over the place. You can't. It's the projectile doesn't launch at a good enough rate.
It might have been a modded one. He might have modded that shit out, removed the air restrictor.
Well, the modded ones are good, but I don't. I feel like at this point in time they didn't have the modded ones.
I think he might have been on like the first forum.
The fringe forums back in the day.
Yeah.
They're like, I've gas powered my Nerf gun. I could break a window with it.
I took it apart completely and reassembled it without the parts that the man made us put in there to make it safer.
The only thing that's the same is the external plastic.
Yeah, they're like, if you make this thing, like this is what the engineer originally wanted to be like. They're like, you're gonna kill kids with this thing.
It's just an actual
kids
weapon.
Kids are gonna die with this. Yeah, that's how it should be though.
But yeah, he shoots all the security cameras and covers them up with a little Nerf gun, you know, so Krubs can't see it through his monitors.
He has to go past Mr. Quest, right?
They jump out his window specifically. So this is where we also see that Mr. Quest is still a teacher. You know, teacher in quotes. We don't exactly know what he's doing. Well, he's just in a classroom.
He sat in the dark computer lab. I think it's the computer lab he's in, right? Or no?
Was it the computer lab he's in? I don't remember seeing other
clear.
computers, but I wasn't really paying attention.
But he's doing with his little scissors. He's doing shwa 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 shwa
shwa. Chop 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 chop. Like he had these fucking intense like a jeweler's glasses or like a watchmaker.
He had a jeweler loop,
like
double jeweler loop.
Yeah.
Goggles.
Yeah, but he's just cutting like what do you even call those things? Where you make people that string together.
It's not origami, but it's like
I don't know what you call that.
Basic origami, you know.
Something like you guys know what we're talking about. Where it's a bunch of people,
snippy.
Paper people holding hands, and it's just a long thing.
You fold the paper, you cut the paper, and then you unfold the paper, and it has the pieces missing.
Yeah.
You can make a snowflake, or you can make a human.
I think our audience knows. All you out there, you know. In America or Australia or England?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Feynman and Mose.
Yes.
In this episode have a ridiculous couple of
I want to say I hate Feynman.
Anti-Feynman person. All right.
He is a bastard. He knows exactly what he's doing.
You'd think that he would have a better sense of himself.
He knows what's going on.
Well, maybe
he knows what's going on.
Maybe he's like
he said in the other episode, my English no good, but like he after that had a full on conversation with her, so he understands.
Yeah, it's very touching.
A lot. He understands a good amount. You know,
it's convenient when his English no good. Maybe he's
it is convenient.
Maybe he's like maybe he's also autistic as well as being Brazilian. I don't know.
We find out he's Brazilian.
Maybe he's got social anxiety. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
But he's clearly saying hair. He's clearly saying hair.
Yeah, his accent isn't that ridiculous.
I guess
I don't like hair. I don't like here.
Maybe
no like
he
hair.
has the words hair and here confused, but like
it's a stretch.
I don't know. I guess that's what they're trying to get at, but like
bottom line,
I don't know.
Mose,
I don't buy it.
Bottom line, Mose thinks he doesn't like her hair no matter fucking what. She takes on a billion different wigs. They're just wigs, right? She's putting on.
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's implied that they're new haircuts. But it's clearly wigs.
So she goes blonde, she goes pink, she goes brunette. Her hair is going to be damaged by
she goes beehive like we see in the credits.
Imagine how fucking dead her hair is going to be at the end of this.
Oh, it's damaged. It's damaged beyond repair. You have to shave the head and redo everything.
It's never going to be the same. But
Missy is helping her, by the way, with all these different hairstyles because she promises Missy that she will invite her over to Moses' house to go in the pool, and Ned will be there. So Missy's still trying to get after Ned.
So Missy likes Ned still.
Yeah, that's been a thing. She's always trying to steal away Ned from Susie. Remember the episode where they do all the piercings? She was trying to steal Ned from Suze.
That is interesting, isn't it? What do you think she sees in Ned?
There's a through line.
What do you think she sees in Ned?
I think she likes a boy who is a mop-headed tipster who she can manipulate. I think she believes she can manipulate him.
Maybe she you're right.
She has in the past.
Though she knows it's going to be a challenge because he is a visionary.
Yeah. He is. You know,
I don't know how else to describe
I hate to break the news, but I don't think that Ned and Susie are a great match.
No. You're right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's clearly got to be Mose and Ned. I mean,
like Susie and them. You know, Susie can be part of the friend group. They end up going at the end of this episode. They go off to see a movie together.
I honestly could see Missy and Ned more than I can see Susie and Ned.
Yeah.
I could see Ned being a manipulated, tortured soul under her grasp.
I could see Susie and Mose as lovers.
You think so?
There's probably fan fiction of that now that
I could see it. Well,
nobody make that if you have.
And I think it's got to be Cookie and Kwong after. I think they're clearly. I don't think it's Lisa.
True. Maybe Lisa and Loomer.
If we're trying to put all the relationships together.
Maybe Lisa tames Loomer.
Then it could be Billy Loomer and Missy. I could see that because he is a man that can be manipulated.
He was with Susie before. He was manipulated by Susie, but he didn't like that. He had to get out of that.
Well, that's true. Okay, so the next thing is that so Ned breaks out of the facilities and gets into the high school.
Yes.
He gets his hair done.
He gets his hair did.
He along the way he tries to bring along Crony and Coconut Head, but you know, spy movie style, people get left behind, people die. You know.
Yeah, he's out in the trash. He's out like in the trash area of the school. We see this like redheaded ginger guy with a beard, who's like just a new NPC. He's just a new different.
He's an NPC.
He's a guy in the world just doing his job. We don't have any other interaction with him, other than we see him put the trash out and go back in.
Yeah, he's just some other janitor.
He must.
Maybe that's at the high school already. Well, I think it is at the high school already because the comb over guy. They're like, maybe he works here in the morning. Oh.
Well, he's not the night guy because he's there during the day, so it can't be the night guy.
Yeah, I think he's the high school boy, high school janitor.
Yeah, there's like yeah. So Ned
Coconut Head gets caught and Ned gets away.
Yeah, Ned would be a better spy. You know,
Ned would be. You know, he has the training to do it. I think. In the agility.
Yeah, but he gets in there. He gets out he gets his hair cut. He's like, "Damn, I look sweet." His hair is crazy looking. I don't know how to describe it.
He looks terrible.
I don't know how to describe it.
He looks god awful. He looks terrible every
they
time
make
he
his
changes
hair tall, and he has long, weird, Like it swooped down too long. He's got longer than should be sideburns.
How did
And
they
then
grow his hair?
The kicker is the bald, just a like they shaved just a complete bald spot right in the back of his head.
Yeah, how did they even do that without him noticing? Like they had to get down. That was so shaved. They had to take shaving cream and like a straight razor to get that down.
Yeah, or they'd have to go a couple times down, like several passes.
Because that's not even like a normal buzzer. You can't get that close on a buzzer. No shot.
Some people can.
Down to smooth. Down to smooth as a baby's bottom. No shot.
I don't know. But he goes out onto like I guess the playground or whatever you'd call that area that they were in, and the bullies are out there. The bully that used to.
I don't think it's the playground. I think it was like the courtyard, like where you have like lunch and wait around for classes. Okay. I think it was like a court.
It's a courtyard at the high school.
The playground at the high school. They're going on swings and shit.
This guy, do you remember what that bully guy's name is? He used to be in middle school.
He was just some sort of asshole.
Well, he was in 8th grade and then he became 9th grader, right?
No, was he?
I feel like
I think he's listed on IMDb as just Big Jock.
When we used didn't we used to see? Remember when that one episode they were in the cafeteria and those dudes have the weights? Wasn't he one of those guys?
Maybe.
But anyway, he's like
100% sure.
He's like, haha, Ned. He takes a picture.
Yeah, he's listed as Big Jock. His name's Tom Vincent.
I don't know. He takes out his old flip phone, takes a pic of Ned's phone. We see the pic. It's grainy as hell.
Oh, it's the worst photo that's ever been taken. Like
it's also super,
it's such a throwback.
It's so close up. It's like you wouldn't even know it was Ned's head, really. From that picture.
It was just a bunch of pixels. It was probably 10 pixels combined.
And then he's like, "It's gonna be $20 for the photo section." Fucking extorts $20 from Ned. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, you don't pay that.
That's a lot of money in 2006 for an 8th grader.
Yeah, the inflation there is ridiculous. That's like $200 today.
Something like that.
Yeah, you don't pay that fee. I think you run. Regardless. What are they going to do? Kill you? Come on.
What, are they going to run across the street into the middle school after you?
What are they going to curb stomp you? Come on.
No way.
No shot.
Cook's like, I got a mustache. The nurse comes out. Nurse, what's her name? The school nurse at the middle school.
I don't remember what her name is.
And then she's like,
whatever the nurse's name is.
She's like, Cook, I got a problem. I got a lot of lice case. I got 4 lice cases, and she has like this hazard box of lice combs that she tasks Cook with discarding of.
Yeah, I don't know why she doesn't just like throw those in a fire. You know?
I mean,
why is she holding on to those? Couldn't you just kill it with like Lysol?
I mean, it's a biohazard. You got to dispose of the biohazard box, but like that should be her. First, I mean, really, Gordy should come just pick that up, I guess,
Gordy should come get that.
Obviously, Gordy.
Maybe Gordy just didn't want to do it.
Gordy's like, I'm not getting lice. My hair's too nice for lice.
Fuck no. His hair is nice, honestly. His hair is really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cookie is mistaken for a cat burglar by Krubs, who was notified by the high school principal that someone tripped the alarm at the high school, so he should be on high alert.
He gets a phone call that's like, it's like in the beginning of a cutscene in like a video game where the level's about to begin. He's like, the alarms were tripped. You know,
yeah.
Be on the lookout. It's like, all right, and then the level begins, and you gotta like get after the whatever the
exactly. Yeah, it's very. He tosses the phone behind him. He doesn't even hang it up. He just launches the phone.
He's like, "What? Someone tripped the alarms?"
Yeah, he tells he when he finds Cook, he tackles him and then picks him up by the ear and says, "You're headed to the big house."
Yeah, next stop is the big house. Cook has at this point a very prominent fake mustache on, so he looks not like himself.
Great name for a prison, by the way. The Big House.
Yeah, that's the courthouse. That's where you get sentenced.
Oh, I thought the Big House was a prison.
I think when people say the Big House, I think they're talking about the courtroom, the courthouse.
Really?
I think so. That's what I thought.
I like the name regardless.
Yeah.
Feynman. No, we already talked about Feynman being Brazil. I wrote down Ned looks like a bitch. Did we talk about the
Spanish teacher comes over and like translates because Mose comes over. She's got a pink wig on, like she's in an anime or some shit.
Yeah, that was the Japanese bubblegum haircut or something like that. Missy called it something like that.
The Japanese bubblegum haircut. Yeah. She did look like fuck you or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like
Good reference.
there's like a movie where Natalie Portman has hair like that, I think. And
What movie is that?
I don't know what I've only seen the scenes where she's dressed like a stripper. I've never seen the movie though.
Fuck.
I've only seen it on Reddit.
Yeah, but anyway, the Spanish teacher translates for Mose, translates Feynman what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But she's like, he doesn't like any hair. He's being a fucking bastard.
Yeah, we see
and he
Feynman
is being a
talking
bastard.
perfect Portuguese. He's like, and then she's like, he doesn't dislike your hair, he dislikes it here.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Which is, and then there's no real resolve to that either. Like, I don't think she goes out with him or anything. They just kind of like.
This was a real, like, just a stepping stone sort of an episode, Yeah,
there's no resolutions to anything.
And it's frustrating.
It is frustrating.
It leaves us frustrated, as viewers.
Yeah. You know what? Also, Ned gets his hair fixed by the spray, the comb over, and a little bit of a trim.
It's like the
by
Bad
Mr.
Haircut
Quest.
Society comes and adopts him and saves him.
Yeah, I mean,
the woohoo song comes. It's everybody's like,
but he doesn't end up being allowed
hair.
to go on the date. The date gets canceled
Chop Saw
because
hits
he
him with
gets
the
into detention.
Hits him with the.
It's just spray paint.
He's gonna get cancer from that, for sure.
I mean, there's definitely bad shit in it.
Yeah. None of them had masks.
Yeah, but
on.
he's not allowed to go on the date. No date.
Well, Krabs,
he gets detention
Krabs
with
caught
Krabs.
him red-handed. He's like, you were on camera. You were the fucking culprit.
Yeah. The episode was all right. It was good. It was good, but I think it could have been better. I'm going 6.5. I think the episode needed more.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean, and like obviously it had the Krabs. That was good. Krabs was underused a little bit.
He was underutilized. The part that he was in was great.
Yeah.
When he's like next out the big house and he tackles Cook.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, everybody else was kind of like. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm gonna go this one 7.
Right on.
So I do think the first half in this case was better.
Yeah, first half was stronger. I think we both agree on that. But overall decent. D/solid.
Yeah.
For the two parts together.
It wasn't standout. So I mean, it's always a little bit disappointing when you're like, damn, that wasn't necessarily a mind-blowing episode, but
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
But make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at @harbor_boys and on YouTube, youtube.com/c/theharborboys for updates /content.
I'm looking forward to hopefully one or both of those unresolved plot lines leads to something in the future, but you don't want to get your hopes up.
They
too
need
much.
to /have to, because we'll be looking out for it.
We always do.
And we'll catch you guys for the next episode. Go watch some Ned Pod.
Stay Ned.